So hello guys, this is another week. So for this week, looking at DXY, let's discuss the technical aspect of things. So there are two sides I'm looking at. Either DXY retraces down to this weekly order block, or we see DXY moving up to this weekly order block technically. Now looking at euro, it also euro goes up to this weekly order block, or see euro coming down to this weekly order block. For GBP, so GBP actually, the GBP closed bearish. I think GBP closed bullish actually. I don't know why this is showing bearish actually. Maybe after the completion of the candles. Let me see. I think that must be a mistake. So actually GBP closed bullish. So GBP might see GBP going up to take this high, or if we are bearish, we might see GBP coming down to this level here. I see coming down to this level here. So if we look at DXY from a technical standpoint, might actually come back to attack this low and most probably continue going down, but if we take this low and we see a lower high made, then we could continue actually looking for the power movements down. But if we are to maintain a bullish movement, might actually be looking at market coming to this order block here, or probably getting to the opening price here. So yes, if we look at Euro USD from daily perspective, might actually be coming down to somewhere around here, we could actually be going to like take this level. If we do that, then we'll continue seeing some bullish move up, so then we'll look at GBP just ranging. So if we go up, we might actually get to attack this level and probably even go as high as this place. So but if we are to go down, we'll be looking at this fair value gap. Okay, let's continue with this. So fundamentally, remember I told you guys that what was so important for last week was US and China deal, and we saw the massive reduction in tariff rates, more than actually the market expectation, and how that gave dollar some relief rally on Monday, because the news was actually announced by 8 a.m. GMT plus 1. So and then after that we saw some retracement. Now CPI came out, that should be on Tuesday, right? I think that was on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. I think it came out on Tuesday and then came out lower, so market has to actually reprice and all of that. So from a fundamental standpoint, I think market is actually trying to maybe probably like a kind of, there is an inflow in USD, so and I think that inflow will continue till Thursday. Now I think market is actually waiting to see what the PMI will be like for Thursday for Euro and GBP, to actually decide when next the market is heading to macro wise. So for now, I'm looking at a technical view of things, so actually I would like to see this low maintained, and then markets going up. So until after Thursday. Now the opposite might happen, but whatever be the case, I'll be ready. So I am going to be watching that closely to see. But markets, one of the most important news for the week is PMIs. So I'm just actually going to wait for the PMIs to see what um happens. Now for this, I want to see actually a bearish movement. Now look at this. We have been having okay, don't worry, I'll show you guys the images on my chart later, but we have been having this lower lows being created. So I want to see market get to as low as here, before continue going down. Now for GBP, the GBP is actually going to be more rangy, so that's why I said, well, even if it's going to come down, it's just going to be like this level, and it will be like a quick in and out. So just very, very rangy until Thursday. Let's see what the PMI has to offer. So if we are to turn on this, so we'll notice my levels. Now we'll notice how we have been making higher highs, and higher lows, up to here. So this was a swing point that have been made of recent, so I want to see this swing point maintained. Now this swing points tagged a weekly order block, so I want to see some move from there up to this level, and probably we might actually get to this weekly order block. So but let's see what happens. But this here, somewhere within here, could actually be even somewhere around here. So let's see what happens. But I'm more interested in market going to the upside. If we look at euro, we would notice we have actually been making these lower lows. I have this clean liquidity here that I'm actually watching. Let's see what happens. Market has broken structure to the downside, giving us a lower high, so I want to see it continue downwards to this weekly order block level, which coincides with this. I want to see market come back here. I don't know if we see this high taken, then I would actually be looking out to grab some of this. So as you guys can see, this is time stamped. So on 4th of April, I said true rate cut is a joke, and that ain't happening. So as at that period, I think market was talking about 3 and also even anticipating like 5 rate cuts. And you have to look at things from a reasonable standpoint, and I was like, no, that's not going to happen. 3 is even too much. So now you can see market is pricing in 2 to possibly 1 or even no rate cuts for the year. So the next rate cut has actually started to shift to around September, no longer June. So let's see. So I want to see market continuing to strengthen. I want to see market continue to strengthen. So that is dollar strengthening. So let's see what happens. So we see this bearish order block, so I want to see it to hold price and then start coming down. Then if you go to 1 hour, you would see some of my time stamped posts. For instance, on when was this was on 15th May. I said something, okay, prior to that actually I talked about here. I said something deep to one of my students, but I guess everyone is very excited to even understand the depth of my words. Majority of today's moves will be priced back. I said sit back and watch. Moments like this are those tricky days where everyone gets excited and acts stupid. This was after the announcement of the China-US trade deal. So this was time stamped. So you see, then I also came the following day, and you could see what happened that day. You can also check the following day. You can also see what happened in uh, what's it called, GBP. GBP made the best of moves. Then on this day, which was on Thursday, I said retail sales misses my expectation by 0.1%. PPI all comes out negative as expected. New York session to be a possible range bound. Now you can see. So the time I made that 13 o'clock, that is the beginning of New York session here. So you can see how rangy the market was that very day. So these are time stamps. I would have to remove this and this also. So on this very day, I now said range bound as expected. Next week will be purely technical up until Thursday for GU, GBP USD, and Euro USD. Your understanding of technical analysis will determine how you thrive next week. If Trump doesn't talk, we would have a purely technical driven move for 2 weeks. So let's watch and see, but it's all going to be technical up until Thursday. So let's look at what the Thursday PMI has to bring to the table. So from now it's just going to be like purely technical according to what I posted on my X account. So you can go check out my X account. So if you go back to GBP USD, you would see that there'll be more rangy, but still, even though we have been rangy, you would notice that, give me a minute, guys. A minute. Let me handle something. Okay, so you would see that, we have been creating lower highs and then lower lows up until here. So, getting that might actually be encountering some potential ranges, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens from here. If we were to go down, this is the level I was talking about, getting to here. Then before we start, continue going up. That is if we are going to continue going up. So if not, sorry about that. So if not, if we get into this level, have some reaction back up, then we'll continue. So if we go to the 1 hour time frame, looking to see what market does from the Asian session. Now we can actually see this clean liquidity here. Let me mark out that liquidity. Very, very clean liquidity. So we can see that clean liquidity. Yeah. So let me move it to the bottom. Consider clean liquidity. So I want to see markets get back to it. Very, very clean liquidity. So yes. So let's see if market will take the previous day high, then we'll continue to go down. Now for euro, see the euro left a gap here, so I want to see it react from within here, maybe probably this level, and then comes down to these levels. They'll probably also even react from this 1 hour VG. I want to see it either make the high on Thursday, high of the week on Thursday, or the low of the week on Thursday. Most probably I'll be looking at it making the low of the week on Thursday. So but if it does otherwise, I would say so. But if what actually gets bullish, when you look at macroeconomic wise, euro has more tendency of getting stronger than GBP, but I don't think that will be. So for now, until maybe after PMI, we'll actually get to that. But the anticipation is that, but we can't confirm that until after the PMI. So I'm actually looking out for bearish euro, bearish GBP, USD. So let's see what market does from here. So by London session, would actually see what market has done during the Asian session. Then from there for me, we expect possibly a bearish move or bullish. Regardless, for bullish, we have this clean liquidity here to actually target. So regardless, we'll be ready for anything the market brings our way. So let's watch and see what happens. So, but I feel like there'll be flows into the US dollars prior to that. So let's see what happens. Yeah, so that is it from me for this week, and I will keep you guys updated as we keep going. So have a great week ahead, guys. See you guys.